Hello, this is a review of the hard floor and carpet cleaning performance of the Mova Z60 Ultra Complete. For my hard floor test, I use certified test dust that is mandatory for several testing standards. This dust simulates typical household dust with particle sizes ranging from 20 to 2000 micron. I apply 0.45 grams of it to my laminate flooring, and the robots are then allowed to make 8 passes over the area in maximum suction mode to clean it. 2-pass cleaning for a cross-pattern cleaning is used if possible. Additionally, for combo robots, I repeat the process with 8 passes in the maximum suction mode plus 2 passes in mopping mode. After these passes, both the surface and the grouts are checked for dust residues. As we can see, the Mova Z60 Ultra Complete performs very poorly in this test. Both the surface and the grouts remain quite dusty. Even at maximum suction power, the robot is unable to clean this area properly. However, this is something we've also seen with other combo devices. Here's a small selection shown in the image. Even supposedly powerful models like the Ecovacs X9 fail this test as well. Overall, the tested performance has little in common with vacuuming. When looking at the result of the run with the mopping function, we see the typical pattern. The surface is dust-free, but the grouts still contain dust. Among the combo robots I have tested so far, the iRobot Roomba 705 combo and even the iRobot Roomba 205 combo, with its simple mopping function managed to clean the grouts as well, thanks to their Y-pattern mopping motion. But there is also no need for a mopping function since a good pure vacuum robot, namely the Dyson 360 VisNav, handled this task effortlessly. You can find detailed videos about these devices on my channel. This tested pollution can also be easily picked up with a good cordless vacuum in just 2 to 4 passes. For my carpet test, I also use certified test dust. This test dust has particle sizes between 90 and 200 micron, meaning it is slightly coarser in the lower range compared to the dust used for hard floors. The test is conducted at maximum suction power with carpet boost activated. The carpets shown at the top of the image are soiled with 10 grams of test dust. The doormat shown at the bottom is soiled once with 5 grams of test dust and once with 10 grams of bird sand, which is applied in a specific spot. The red carpet has a very dense pile about 2 cm long, while the dark blue carpet in the upper left has a very soft pile of the same length. The results for the carpets are recorded after 14 cleaning passes and for the doormat after 7 passes. The blue carpet and the doormat are cleaned in a checkerboard pattern. The red carpet, however, is not cleaned this way, as it would negatively affect the cleaning performance. Instead, it is cleaned only in horizontal lines. Let's compare the results achieved by the Mova Z60 Ultra directly with my current top 7. The internal Dream Mover comparison will follow later. As we can see, the result of the Mova Z60 Ultra, marked here in red with 48%, is not particularly impressive on the doormat and dust test. It clearly falls short of the current top 3, which are marked in green. Even compared to the overall poorly performing iRobot Roomba 505 combo, which actually made it into the top 7, there's still a noticeable gap. And older Dream models, such as the X50 or the X40 with the tri-cut brush, also performed significantly better than the Mova Z60 Ultra. Even in the localized sand contamination test on the doormat, the Mova Z60 Ultra doesn't make it into the top 7. It actually falls a bit behind the Mova Z50. I'll go into the reasons, or possible reasons, a bit later. As we can see, the result isn't bad. Good robots achieve around 90% here, but as mentioned, it's not enough for a top 7 ranking in my tests. When cleaning the dark blue carpet with a very soft pile, the Mova Z60 Ultra is miles away from achieving a top 7 placement, let alone a top 3 one. The 33% dirt pickup rate is really poor, and as we can see, none of the Dream or Mover devices are represented in my top 7 for this test anymore. Lastly, my red carpet, the most difficult one to clean. Here, the Mova Z60 Ultra achieved a result of 17%. That's obviously not enough to make it into my top 7, and even when looking at all of my recorded results so far, this score ranks near the very bottom. There are only a few devices that performed worse. For example, the Mova Z50 with 9% or the Eufy S1 Pro with 8%, which both did significantly worse. But as mentioned, 17% is still an extremely poor result. I also took a detailed look at the robot after a cleaning test, for example after cleaning the dark blue carpet. And as we can see, the robot gets quite dirty with dust, both on the outside of the housing and in all kinds of crevices. One cause is the rubber lip on the front right, which already has a very negative effect on carpet cleaning because it constantly drags across the pile. Absolutely awful. That feature should be scrapped immediately. Really bad design. Another possible cause is the roller cover, since that part also continuously drags over the carpet pile. I then tested the robot again without the cover enabled to see how it cleaned in that setup. The cleaning result was basically identical, but there was noticeably less buildup of dust, so it does seem to have some effect. I didn't look into it in more detail though. I'm personally not that interested. Because first, the robot performs quite poorly overall, and second, frankly, it looks like most people do not really care about that level of detail, but more on that in an upcoming video. But looking at the broader picture of how Dream and Mover devices perform, there's a clear trend. Models that allow you to leave the mop in the station perform significantly better than those that don't. Especially for devices with a roller that cannot be lifted high enough, and therefore have inherently weaker cleaning and dirt pickup performance due to dragging over the pile, you consistently see worse results. The cleaning head design also plays a major role here, as does whether the robot uses a single roller or dual roller cleaning head. All of that factors in. And of course that awful flap. So, my conclusion on the Mova Z60 Ultra Roller, once again, we have a robot that has very little to do with real vacuuming. The mopping function helps a bit to make the room look clean, but as we've seen, it can't remove dust from small gaps and crevices. That's probably mostly due to the wiping pattern. It's really interesting to see what a difference that makes. Even a simple mopping system like the one on the Roomba 205 managed to handle that task. The same for carpet cleaning. The surface mostly looks clean, but that is all. And we've also seen that pure vacuum robots can do this effortlessly, provided they have strong enough suction and a well-designed cleaning system. Overall, it's just a sad development. We have robots that promise the world, claiming to be complete cleaning solutions. But in reality, the results tell a different story. Personally, I find this trend quite disappointing, especially in relation to the YouTube landscape. Whether in the English-speaking or German-speaking community, there are big channels and/or brand partner channels hyping all this nonsense endlessly. It's just frustrating. That's it from me. Thanks for watching, and maybe see you next time. Bye.